Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to week number 2 of the Raptors Rewind. I am joined by, as always, Matty Mac McAllister. How's it going, Mac Attack?
Yo, alive and well.
Living and breathing Raptors. And of course, to my second right, I have the Jazz Man, Jazz Grewal. How you doing, Jazz?
Awesome. Thank you for having me, and thank you to Centennial College for making your school our home for Sunday Raptors Rewind.
Yeah, they didn't consent to it, but we're glad to be here. School's on strike. Gentlemen, the Raptors are coming home, just like Drake always says. Just hold on, we're coming home. Tonight playing the Washington Wizards at the ACC, but let's rewind, if you will, and look at the 6-game, 5-state road trip that the Raptors went on. They went 3 for 3, beat some good teams, lost to some bad teams. Give us a breakdown of how you feel the 6-game road trip. Let's start with you, Matt.
Well, I'd say it was a great road trip, far away from an elite road trip. We played some good games. We lost to some soft teams like Denver, embarrassing loss, if you will. But, you know, we played well against Utah. There was a nice battle going on with Donovan Mitchell, the rookie, against DeMar DeRozan, and they were literally going tit for tat down the court. I thought that was really interesting to see. And that game, DeMar hit 14 of 14 from the line, so I saw him return to form.
Raptors really did well on this road trip. If we're talking about the entire road trip, you know, to get 3 games on the West Coast trip, this is obviously the hardest and most grueling trip throughout an NBA season for any team. So for the Raptors to kind of get that out early and not have to deal with it later on in the season, where you know you need that sort of energy and rest, and while you do welcome the challenge at the same time, it's just to be injury-free in the playoffs is so important. And I think the Raptors to kind of get this or nip this West Coast trip in the bud early it's only going to be conducive to their success, and it's going to be quicker in terms of them like meshing and molding together.
Welcome to the first ever edition of That's a Wrap, the segment where we rap about the Raptors. Okay, gentlemen, question number 1. It is November 5th. We are 5 days into Movember, where gentlemen are growing mustaches. So we have computer-generated a couple Toronto Raptors mustaches. Obviously, we already got a few with DeMar DeRozan and Dwayne Casey, but we wanted to look at some of the younger guys and what they would look like with full-grown mustaches. So we are going to give you 3 choices between young Toronto Raptors, and you're going to have to pick your favorite mustache. All right, gentlemen, let's take a look up at the big board. Here are your contenders. So we're starting off number 1 with Bebe, Lucas Nogueira. This is the stash that the computer has generated. As you can see, you got some thick growth on the upper lip. That's what he would look like with an old-timey mustache. So that's contender number 1. Contender number 2, Jakob Poeltl. He's got a little. He's a younger guy. He's got a little salt and pepper on the mustache. The computer took an interesting approach on this, but you get the big Austrian stash there. I think it's very interesting. And then third contender, we have the very fashionable stash of Norm Powell. Start with Matt. Who do you pick as your stash?
Tyler, I gotta go with my boy Norman Powell on this one. His upper lip is looking classy, you know? Dwayne Casey's got a similar look going on. Maybe he's buying into the system. Maybe he's getting more points. Maybe he's jamming, slamming, you name it, bro. Norman Powell, he's got the look this November.
I'm going to have to roll with my man Lucas Bebe Nogueira. He honestly looks like he could be a cast member on Narcos. This year with this sort of Luigi Mario kind of way of going about things, it suits him, man. It suits his personality. Yeah. Who are you rolling with, Tyler?
I think I got it. I think you're both wrong. I got to go with Jakob Poeltl. That stash is beautiful. I don't know what's going on. It's got a little gray. It's got a little blondish in there. It's a very European look, so I think it fits Poeltl very nice. Next bit, we are going to do Pick That Song. So we were talking earlier about the state of the Eastern Conference. You got the Boston Celtics, 7-2, leading the way. Cleveland Cavaliers are 4-5, not even in the playoff picture as of right now. I know it's early. But so obviously the big story of the summer was the breakup of the bromance between LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. So, Jazz, here's the deal. I'm going to read the lyrics from 2 once popular pop songs, and you're going to have to tell me which one you think Kyrie Irving is singing in his car about LeBron James, okay?
Let's go.
All right. This is the first song. The Tina Turner classic, When the Heartache Is Over.
Classic indeed.
So here goes the lyrics. Sometimes I look back in anger, thinking about all the pain. But I know that I'm stronger without you, and I'll never need you again. When the heartache is over, I know I won't be missing you. So that's for LeBron. Second one, a little punchier. Demi Lovato's 2017 hit, Sorry Not Sorry. Now, Payback is a bad B, and Baby, I'm the baddest, Baby being LeBron in this story. You effing with a savage, can't have this, So out of those two, which do you think best sums up how Kyrie's feeling about his breakup with LeBron?
I'm gonna have to roll with Miss Tina Turner. I think that you hit the nail on the head with that one. You know, the Demi Lovato, while it is a great soundtrack and plenty of enthusiasts who love Demi Lovato, I don't think it quite represents what Kyrie's going through. I think it's a little bit too direct. Kyrie's a little bit more subtle and concealed about his thoughts towards LeBron, but definitely I'm not going to be missing you is something that Kyrie's kind of rolling with. That's the motto he's going with. And the Boston Celtics are 7-2. He's having a really good year. He's playing defense finally. So I'm going to have to roll with my girl Tina Turner on this, man.
You're going to get LeBron's emotional state, okay? So here are the 2 songs you're picking from, completely different.
Okay.
LeBron being maybe the loser of the breakup right now. Okay, this one by Player, Come Back. All day long, wearing a mask of false bravado, trying to keep up a smile that hides the tears. But as the sun goes down, I get that empty feeling again. How I wish to God Kyrie was still here. Kyrie, come back. Song number 1. And then we're going to go with Sinead O'Connor. Classic, Nothing Compares to You. It's been so lonely without you here, Kyrie. Like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, where did it go wrong? Matt, which one are you picking?
Well, I gotta go with Player. Kyrie come back. I mean, LeBron's feeling it. He's sad about it. Look at where his team is without Kyrie, 4-5. They don't have that young spark, that point guard leading, offense rolling. What's happening, Cleveland team? They're looking flat out there. They're looking old.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. All right, let's get back to some Raptors talk. So it was an interesting week. Ended the road trip. So far they've gone 2-1. They are playing Washington tonight, so we'll see how that goes. But who stands out as your player of the week? The best of the Raptors. Let's start with you, Matt.
Well, I'm picking my boy Debo. No surprise there. He's a franchise leader. He still is the guy with the whole franchise on his shoulders. He shot 50%. That was good enough for me for the week. He looked very steady out there, and he was very vocal about the loss against Denver. He didn't shy away from what went wrong with the team. He was very vocal about it. He said, hey, we need to redeem ourselves. We need to play Raptor-style basketball. We need to be ready and focus in on hostile environments. And from then on, he went on to Utah and was 14 for 14 from the line. And he just had that game where the game just looked like it slowed down and got more comfortable for him. He put up 37. That's my boy Debo putting in work, so I'm picking him for the player of the week.
All right, good pick. Who do you have, Jazz?
Yeah, it was tough because there's so many different players that did so many different things this week. Obviously, Pascal and Jakob are really big. But I thought it was so important for Kyle to kind of get back into the thick of things, I should say. He struggled shooting quite a bit to start the season off so far, but he's always been rebounding. He's still passing the ball. He's not hitting the shot as well as you'd like, but that's going to come as the season moves on. So I'm going to go with Lowry. Again, just being that vocal leader and being there defensively, like that goes a long way with somebody like Kyle. It's not always what he does on the stat sheet. Of course, that matters a lot, but that leadership quality is so important to Toronto. DeRozan's not much of a vocal leader. He leads by action and what he does on the court. Kyle's kind of the opposite. He's a vocal guy in the room. He's going to talk to Lucas and yak up and let him know where they need to be and kind of get guys in position and build their confidence. And I thought he did a really good job of that this week.
If we're going to have a successful season in Toronto, obviously having DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry shooting on all cylinders and a healthy JV, those are probably the most important things. And this week they got all three of those, so that's definitely a good sign. All right, so that is a wrap for week number 2. We will see you next week, and we'll see how those wraps are doing. Have a good night.